Public Library. I'm joined by Dane Aguilar, who works at the main library and is in charge of reference. And he does a lot of other things, everything else over there. Today, we're going to go through how you can access one of our most important databases from our library system, and one of the things that students and teachers can use to have their, I guess, to make their learning experience better. Would you say, Dane?
Yes, as a matter of fact, Mary Harold Michaels was just in a seminar, an online seminar, and sponsored by Texas State Library, and they were saying how much this database can help with schooling. What I want to go through today is one of the big questions we get is, hey, how can I get on consumer reports? So first we're going to go through, I'm going to show everybody how consumer reports and find exactly what you're looking for. Today I'm going to go through buying a car and how to get some tires on consumer reports. I'll show you how to do that.
And you're going to walk me through that, is that correct?
That's right. Yeah, so you be like a patron and I'll be the expert, so to speak.
Okay, very well. You are the expert, much more so than I am. So let's get going.
Okay.
So when you visit our website, first of all, the first thing you have to do to access this is you have to get a library card.
Right.
And right now it's very easy to get your library card. All you have to do, if in fact you are a resident of the city of El Paso, you can get one for free. All you have to do is click on using the library. We go to, for lack of a better term, coronavirus borrowing measures here. And you're going to have temporary measures here and temporary library card. You're going to click on that. And all you have to do is fill out the information that's given here. And you register. And then what's going to happen after they register?
What's going to happen is you're going to be given a 6-digit number. That's more of an accession number. It is not a library card. And then we get to it. For example, if you could do this, I get a piece of paper that looks a lot like this. I won't put any names up there, but those become, those accession numbers become library cards. And I mail you your library card and your PIN back via email. And then you have a library card, and that's good for curbside service, virtual books, and it's also good for what we're talking about today, using the TexShare databases, because you're going to need to know the password. And we're not going to reveal the password. You're just going to go to Ask a Librarian and say, hey, this is my card. This name, what's the password for TexShare? And then we'll email you the password right back.
So you, in order to access the TexShare databases that we're about to show you, matter of fact, let me just go here.
Yeah, go right there and you'll see.
It's located under research, right?
It's online research, yes. First you go to research and then you hit online research.
Okay.
There you go.
There we go. And then I'm going to do what?
Now look at that. There's two highlighted fields up there, or sentences. One is Ask a Librarian. Now that's where you're going to go to say, hey, I've got my card. Here's my card number. What's the password to the TexShare databases? Ask a librarian to do that, and then you're going to get a response right back. Since Jack is an employee and a great library user, and he's got his library card, we're just going to get him right in TexShare. So go to TexShare Net. And the first thing it's going to do is going to say Jack is off site. So it's going to say that's their homepage right there. And what we're going to do, I've been exploring this before. I know where Consumer Reports lives. Why don't you just click on most popular? And that means most popular databases within the TexShare family. Now I know that Consumer Reports lives in Master File Complete. So if you click on Master File Complete,
and you can click on the name or the icon there.
Yeah. Now, since Jack is off site, if I was on site, I go right through. If you're at the library or sitting outside the library, you can actually go right through. However, Jack's going to select the library he's a member of, and
probably type it in.
Go ahead and type in EL, yeah, in your El Paso Public Library.
Okay.
Now you're going to enter the secret password that I told you.
Let's hope this works, because if it doesn't, we're gonna have to start all over.
Yeah.
Hey, we're in, I think.
And we're in. There you go. And you save the password. You can do that in Windows. You can save your password and you'll get right in every time. So what we're going to do is if you look on top, there's a blue bar that says
Mm-hmm.
new search, publication, subjects, yada, yada, yada. Remember, this isn't typically what you do, but for consumer reports, I'm going to show the patrons that keep calling and saying, how do I get into consumer reports? This is how you do it. First, you're going to click on publications. Just click on publications. Yeah. Okay, now there's two search boxes. I always make this mistake. I go to that big gray one on top and type in a report and type in a periodical title. Don't do that. What you're going to do is go to the second search box. Yeah, there you go. Publications. It says master file complete publications. And you can browse by subject or by match any words, but we know what we're looking for. Just type in consumer reports. And then enter browse or enter, whatever you want to do it. And there you go. Look at we've got two boxes down there that we can look at. One is consumer reports and one is consumer reports buying guide. I would say click on both of them, but I want to show you something. Let's do consumer reports first. You click on the box, the little box. Go back
Okay.
one. That was a good mistake because when you did that, go ahead and do it again. If you just wanted to browse consumer reports, when you click on the title, if you look to the left of the screen after you click on that title, look, all the issues, those are all the issues of consumer reports. So you could click on a year and see what you wanted or what issue. Some people like doing that, but we're going to be more specific. So if you go back, what we're going to do is just click on that little box to the left of consumer reports. It's a little, there you go. The next one over, it's where you're going to put a check.
Okay. Cancel
Cancel
alert.
alert. Yeah.
I'm going to click
The
here.
little dialog box. Yeah, there you go. Now, what that little thing that says mark items for search, that means you're going to add it. So go ahead and add consumer reports to your search.
Okay.
Now, there. That's actually, if you can memorize commands, you would just put in parentheses JN consumer reports, and that tells the program that you're searching for consumer reports. I don't do that. I do it the easy way, the way we just did it.
Okay.
I told the computer I'm looking for through consumer reports, and after consumer reports in that search box, Jack, we're going to put in tires. Not there, the one above it. There you
Here.
go. Yeah,
Oh,
that.
now we use
This
that.
is now we're going to search that database. Click, there you go, tires. Now we're telling the database, I want to look through every journal entitled Consumer Reports. I want to look at tires. So go ahead and hit search.
So in essence, Dane, correct me if I'm wrong, what we did was we narrowed down our search of the database to
Right.
just consumer reports.
Right. And within in the universe of consumer reports, we're going to get everything about tires. Technically, look at our hits. We've got 175. There might be something in there about bicycle tires, but you know, I'm not going to worry about that. If you wanted to be more specific, you could say automobile tires. But I've already done this search. So as you go, look, these are all articles from Consumer Reports on tires. Now, if you go up there, I believe number 2 was the gold nugget of all of them. Yeah, the wheel.
The wheel deal.
Yeah, that might be it. That's it. Yeah. Now go ahead and click on. You clicked on the title. That's good because the title. You clicked on the title.
Correct.
And that can tell you. Yeah. So you're looking at the abstract. Now, if you look to the left, you can get an HTML full text or a PDF, and we want that PDF because that's the actual scan of the magazine.
So this is the actual magazine article that we're accessing right now.
if we just did the text, we get text with no pictures.
Okay.
Now, if as you scroll down, you're gonna learn everything you need to know about tires. Trust me. Yeah, and it's good. Wait till you see the chart. There's a real good chart associated with this. There
This
it
one?
goes.
Yeah.
Yes, that's information rich. It rates every tire brand, and it gives it a rating from
Wow.
the higher the number. And if you scroll down a bit more, you can you'll just see this is a great article. And there you go, a different representation. That's a very good article. It tells you everything you need to know about buying tires. But now let's go back. I think you can use the back arrows because now I want to do a search using Consumer Reports and Consumer Reports Buying Guide.
Okay.
Now I don't. I'd go back one more. Go back
Okay.
another step.
One more?
Yeah, keep going. Keep going. We're going to start a fresh search.
Oh, okay, I see.
Yeah, yeah. So
So
what we
what?
want to do? Yeah, we got Consumer Reports. Now click on the boxes that say Consumer Reports and Consumer Reports Buying Guide.
Okay.
Yeah. Then we're
Those
going to
two.
add it.
Okay.
And
Right,
then,
they're in.
as you can see, we got two consumer reports. I get rid of that first one because we've got it remembered the first subject search. So if we just get rid of that one and just start it with fresh one, there you go.
Okay.
Okay. And after that, go ahead and put tires
All right.
and search that.
Very good.
Right. Now we've got, I want to show you something that's kind of cool. That bar down to, if you look to the left of your screen, we're going to limit this search. We've got 12,508 hits. So let's limit it. Let's first click on full text. Click that box on full text.
Full text. Where am
Yeah,
I?
yeah, you're right there. Limit to going down a little bit more.
Oh, there it is.
There you go. Click on full text. You're going to get there. We lost 1,000. So it's a little more specific.
Oh.
Now, you know what we're going to do? I believe, let me put on my spectacles here.
So am I reading this correctly? We have 11,306 articles on buying
Yeah,
tires.
that's way too many. We don't want that many. But look, we're going to
No.
read it. We're not going to read. I don't care what the greatest tire was in 1991. So we're going to use that little bar there, that bar
Aha.
under 91, and move it towards that 2021 until you see about 20. Try to get to 2018. There you go.
There we go.
And it's updating. Boom. We got 870. But they're in chronological order, more or less. We're going to get the 2020s first. So those first two are those are two great buying guides. But I looked at both of them and I like number 2 better. So if you click on instead, you don't have to click on that. Let's go straight to the PDF full text.
Here.
Yeah.
All right. So you don't have to click on the title. You can go straight to
No, the
yeah.
title's good. It gives you a abstract and citation information.
Uh-huh.
And then that's your tire buying guide right there. And that's pretty current. And you're going to get, they're going to school you a bit, and then you get to the ratings chart, which is what I found that the library clientele are looking for. They want that ratings chart.
This chart here.
Yeah, that's the one they like to look at.
Wow. So
So
Dane, we're looking for tires, but you don't have to just limit it to tires, right? Consumer
no,
Reports, you can find
you
information
don't.
on everything.
I think you could get hair dryers. You can get all kinds of things. But let's go back one more. We're going to do one more search on Consumer Reports,
Okay.
and then get out of here. Let's see if we don't have to go all the way back. One more.
Okay.
Go back one more time until we get a big search box. Okay, scroll up again. Let's look at that search box. One
Okay.
more time.
One more back.
Yeah. Let's see if it.
There we go.
Okay, there we go. Now get rid of tires and put cars or automobiles. Cars. Let's see what happens with
Oh,
cars.
cars. Why not?
Yeah.
All right. Search.
Yeah.
Detailed used car reliability. That's a good one.
Right. There you go. And once again, most of these are going to be full text, so you don't have to limit by full text. But if you did that time bar and limited it by years, like you did the other one,
Mm-hmm.
maybe to 2018.
Okay, there we go.
Yeah. Go. Now you got used car reliability, best and worst used cars. Mess with the research with the searching strategy, but you could put new cars. You could put
Uh-huh.
cycles. Uh, one thing that I used this for was refrigerators,
Mm-hmm.
and so a lot of people like using consumer reports. This is how you can get it. All you need is a library card, and you've got access to consumer reports. Not only consumer reports, but you've got an easy way to find things by subject or by keyword searching. Now, here's a cool thing. We're also going to do this. I've got a special search for you on academic search a little later that you look at. But as you look to the right of your screen, you see some icons
Mm-hmm.
over
That's correct.
there. Yeah. Go to that one that looks like a letter and hover over it. It should
Okay.
if go ahead and click on it because I'm not getting a.
It says email.
Oh, okay, there you go. You could email this article. You could email this to your relative or uncle if he said, Jack, get me some information on tires or cars. You
Wow.
can email this whole thing to somebody if you like it.
And free of charge, right?
Free of charge. Yeah, you can email it. You can save it. Uh, we're going to do a little search on the academic database,
Right.
and you may enjoy that. That's where we want to cite it. You don't really need to cite this, but we're going to get into citing later. Now there's one other thing. Let's go to the beginning and let's search from the beginning. I got one cool article you may like to see in this database because Sports Illustrated also lives here in master
Really?
file. Yeah. So yeah, good. You got rid of that.
Right.
Now, how would you search for Sports Illustrated? There you go.
Well, let's see. I'd go down to this box first. I
Yeah.
wouldn't mess with the top one.
Yeah.
And I type in sports if I can spell
Illustrate.
it correctly. I think
Right.
that's correct.
You got it.
And I'll go ahead
Browse.
and hit browse.
Now
And
there you
so we
go.
have Sports Illustrated, sportsillustrated.com, which I assume is the online version.
Right. So you just
Okay.
want to click on that first one that says Sports Illustrated right there.
Okay, I'll
And
click on that.
then you're going to add it to your search strategy. Then it appears in the big box.
And it appears
Now,
in the big box.
after that, let's put Texas Western.
Ah, love it.
And because beneath that Sports Illustrated thing, it gives you Sports Illustrated from 1954 to the present. And there you go. There's the first article was written in, I believe, 72.
Mm-hmm.
You don't see it up there, but you'll see it when you click on the article or you click on the thing. That was retrospective, looking back at that team, and I believe it says somewhere in there 1972. And that's a good one. That's a good one. But when you go back, this is the one I was looking for, and it's the one that was written the day we won the national championship, or the week of, or the week after.
Uh-huh.
And it's keep scrolling down, and it's Go Go with Bobby Joe. That's a reference to our Bobby Joe Hill, who
Bobby Joe
settled
Hill,
down,
the
the
point
late
guard.
great Bobby Joe Hill. You're right.
Yeah. And he lived here, worked for
Yes.
El Paso Electric for many years.
Gas company.
Yeah.
Yeah, he
Oh,
played
that's
ball.
right. National Gas.
Now it's the Pat O'Rourke Center, but I used to see him playing basketball there when it was the Y all the time.
Wow. So I can click on this.
Go ahead, click on it, and you'll see this one. Unfortunately, this is not rich in pictures because it's HTML only. You're only going to get the words to the story. But I love it. And the first sentence is Don. Well, the second paragraph. Yeah, Don Haskins
Yeah.
pulling one over on Kentucky. So,
It's
yeah,
amazing.
yeah. So we can get out of there, and we can let's go back to the online databases from the very beginning.
Okay.
So we can get. I think we can get rid of that tab
Okay.
and just go back
Oh,
to
I
the
gotcha.
TexShare.
There we go.
Yeah, TexShare databases.
So I went ahead and closed the tab we were
Yeah,
using.
yeah. Now, I guess now is as good as time as any. Let's just hit resources A to Z. And this is going to give you everything in the shared databases.
Hmm.
Now I got one, especially for you, Jack.
All right.
We're going to go, this is when you're in school. It starts out, I would say, middle school, but mostly in high school and college. You're going to want to get into Academic Search Complete. So go
Okay.
ahead and get into Academic Search Complete. Now, you're going to be searching in this make-believe thing, but you may use it for your hobby.
Uh-huh.
What we're going to do is we're going to browse by subject. We're not going to, we really don't care if about the journal other than it's academic and it's peer reviewed, and we're going to get a full, but we can
So
limit that later.
let me ask you a question. When we talk
Sure.
about peer-reviewed articles, now we know there's a lot of stuff online that you can access at any time on Google or any other search engine. But when we talk about peer-reviewed articles, what does that mean to the researcher?
That means that it's a cert, you can use that, you can quote that, and it's from a journal as opposed to a magazine in general. And that, the American Medical Association, Chemical Abstracts, there's uh, uh, maybe a history journal. Other words, experts in the field read these and they okay it, they give it their stamp of approval. It's not something, I'm not going to say Time and Newsweek are bad, but they're not peer reviewed. They're considered fluff.
So
However, experts,
I as an expert write an article on a subject that I'm an expert in, and then someone who's also an expert or several other experts review my article,
exactly,
and they
exactly.
decide, hey, this
And
is
they
right on the
decide
money.
it's worthy of publication.
Gotcha.
Yes, yes,
So you
yeah,
can count most of the information that you're going to find in peer-reviewed articles is probably, or in many cases, going to be much better and it's much more accurate than what you might find in an
right,
online article of some sort.
right. And then we bought this in a peer reviewed article. You're going to find who the experts are in the field, but he's speaking to other experts. So using that expert's name, he or she may appear in People or Time and write an article for all of us. So he or she will make their language more open to the public, easier. And this, you see this in quantum mechanics and quantum physics all the time. When they're papers in their journals, their peer-reviewed journals, they're technical and I don't understand them. Yet they'll go ahead and write an article for people, and it's a nifty little fluffy article that and you'll be compelled to maybe learn more about it. So it's not necessarily a bad thing, but when we're going to do something for school, we're going to start with our peer-reviewed articles. So in your search, Jack, why don't you put in poker and game theory?
All right. So I'm going to put in, is
You're in academic search, yeah.
that correct?
Poker, yeah, the card game of poker, and game theory, the
Okay.
mathematical
Got it.
search, yeah. And see, there's not really a lot. There's only 104 articles, but look at those. Look at those titles. There's some good ones. Now go ahead and limit it. And for this kind of thinking, you don't want to limit the years. Why don't you just limit it to full text and then scholarly and peer-reviewed journals?
Okay.
And then
Wow. Does this mean I'm going to start winning more money at the poker tables?
Yes.
Well, then I'm
And it
all
was
in,
free.
baby.
All
Show me.
you had to do was get a library card. And look
Who
what you got.
knew?
And look at some of those titles.
Yeah.
Computing, human understandable.
Modeling Poker Challenges by Evolutionary Game Theory. Let me see who wrote this.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't recognize
There's one
the
that's good.
experts.
Who holds a better hand? Exploring the techniques of game theory to come up with the superior poker hand.
Hmm.
And then there's one I think that's down there that just says, is poker a game of skill or chance?
Both.
Yeah. And are you
But
tired?
over the course of your lifetime, if you're a skilled poker player, you will win more than you will lose. But
And
you'll still lose.
and another thing, I just had a great course on defensive driving this morning by the city of El Paso. One thing you've got to do when you're playing these games, and it stands with poker or chess, you've got to be alert. It pays to be in shape because
Mm-hmm.
fatigue not only makes cowards of us all, it makes idiots of us all. You'll start making bad, right? Haven't you learned that if you're playing tired, you don't think as well?
Well, they say that it's almost like being drunk at the wheel. If you're tired behind the wheel of a car,
You're
it's
drunk
just as
too.
bad as being drunk.
Yeah. So, and you could do this with chess and mathematics. This is what you'll do for your papers. Now that's a good thing for academic search.
Mm-hmm.
So let's go back and connect. I'll show you one more thing. We're just going to look through these titles of the databases. We'll
Okay.
go back to, and I think what we're going to do, we're getting kind of long now, but as you scroll down, and this is A through Z, as you scroll down, you're going to see a lot of the names, and then a little slower. That Chilton Library, stop there. Uh, that's for automobile repairs. It's kind of long, and it would deserve a talk all by itself because
But
it's
a lot of people request this at the library.
they sure do. But we'd have to know our model. First it goes by year, make, model, and then you got to figure out what your part what your part is. They've got great graphics that show you anything from how to change your oil to how to what did I use it for? My window washer. You know, you don't
Oh
want to
yeah,
experiment. It looked simple, but I just wanted to get some. There's your car.
yeah.
Yeah, you found it well. Then click on maintenance or repair, and you'll see.
Recall, you know,
Yeah,
some
it
model.
gives you
Yeah.
all that. Yeah,
Oh,
you've
cool.
got to get.
Yeah, yeah.
So the more you go into it, you've got to fiddle around with it a lot. So until you get to the actual pictures of
Mm-hmm.
how you want to do the job.
Uh-huh.
So but yeah, we could get a mechanic, somebody that's mechanically inclined to go through the Chilton Library. But it's good. A lot of people like that. But
Okay, cool. That's awesome. So,
yeah,
mostly used by people that are doing their own auto repairs or mechanics. They
exactly.
use it a lot.
And don't forget this: if you want to take your car somewhere, review the problems so they just don't tell you a bunch of nonsense. Always know what you're doing.
Uh,
Just because you're not good at it doesn't mean you can learn a little bit before you take it to your mechanic.
right. So you can learn about your own car, and it's always a good idea to just learn about your own car,
Yes, it is.
especially if you plan on keeping it for a while, you know.
Yeah.
And here it shows you where the decals go, where the
Yeah.
emblems go. Yeah,
Yeah.
typical stuff. But you can learn whatever it is that you want to learn about your own vehicle by using the Chilton Library. And that's generally, this is by subscription, and it would cost you money every year to have that updated.
Right.
Or
Right.
you could just get your library card and access
Just
it.
yeah. Just yes. Yeah. And I'm sure some of our listeners already know the password and they drill and they're using it. So yeah. And then let's go look at a few more databases.
Sure.
Uh,
Let me go back here to, okay.
yeah. There you go. Chilton Fulton Library. I'm looking for, there's one on hobbies. As you scroll down,
Okay, let me go slow.
yeah, slow it down. Let's see. Let's see. Okay, stop right there. This is one that Heritage Quest, don't bother going into it. I just want to talk a bit about it. That
Okay.
is popular. A lot of people use it. There's two things that are good. It'll research uh, former city, old city directories from any state or any city that has a city directory. That's interesting. That's where I found out where my dad lived when he was living in Colorado when he was a young man in the
Mm-hmm.
40s. That was
Wow.
kind of neat.
So
Heritage Quest,
you can search the entire
go
database
ahead,
here.
click on it. Yeah, we will have to explore it. Just if you go in on it, it'll make sense.
Okay.
And it's interesting. The genealogists are an interesting group because they're a subculture. They're in they know all the tricks. They're a network of people that are all into genealogy. Somebody our Claudia from Border Heritage with us. She could do a heck of a lot better job than I could. But as you look down there, what people use Heritage Quest for a lot is U.S. sentence records, U.S. census records.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So yeah,
So you could find out who married
who was
who,
where?
and
That yeah, yeah, and who they were
that's
living with and where they were from.
uh-oh.
And yeah, because on a census record it tells you where were you from? Where were you born? I don't know about your parents, but it says where you were born, not only where you are at that particular point in time, but where you were from. My grandfather Harry Rivers was very fond of telling everybody that he was from Ireland and he was a crook and he went to England and went to America with a birth certificate. Well, using the U.S. Census records, I found out he was from Kentucky, Boone County, Kentucky.
He was born in Boone County.
Yeah.
Oh my God! I know I've been to Boone County. I played golf there many times.
Oh, with your friend.
No, actually, this was back in the '90s
Wow.
when I worked for American Modern Home Insurance in Cincinnati, Ohio. So Cincinnati's right on the border of Kentucky
Exactly. I have stories
and
about that,
Ohio.
about
Yeah.
having to go to Kentucky if you lived in Ohio because
As a
of,
matter of fact, the name of the golf course was Boone County Golf Course.
well,
So
there you go.
maybe your dad played golf, or who was it? Your grandfather?
My grandfather, yeah, he was probably a caddy, a crooked caddy. But anyway, so that's Heritage Quest and it's online and it's free. Believe it or not,
That's awesome.
I prefer Family Search, which, it's open. Family Search is open to anybody. You can just do that as well.
Uh-huh.
But it's not on our databases, but you can just get an account for Family Search and you'll have access to their database too. But
Cool.
Heritage
That's
Quest
awesome.
is great for census. So let's go back to our databases, our list of data. What we're going to look for, I'm looking for something. Here we go. Hobbies. Something about hobbies. Was there something? Hobbies and crafts center. There you go.
Okay.
Click that guy. And this is good. If you look on the top row all the way to the fourth column, indoor recreation. Well, that's probably a popular topic for everybody right now.
Especially right now.
Yeah, yeah. And this is great for homeschooling. It's great. There's a lot of stuff for kids there. They can do all kinds of things. So, yeah, you could click on, just let your imagination wander and click on it. Click on something
Let's go
and,
to fantasy sports because now is the time. People are.
fantasy football maniacs.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, yeah.
I wonder if there's any information that could help me in my fantasy football teams. Although you can't help me very much. I won all three games this weekend, so
Wow.
that's very unusual.
Yeah.
This is amazing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Usually, I mean, fantasy football is a big business, and generally you have to pay good money to get information that's going to help you throughout the season. And these fantasy football experts, they're not just casual football fans. Like I'm a casual football fan. I can name you a player that plays on a team. I can tell you if he's injured or not. But these guys, they not only tell you about the player, but they tell you about the guy he's facing this weekend and what their tendencies are and what the other opposing team is going to do to try and stop this
Yeah.
player. So they really follow the
Yeah.
sport closely.
And imagine this database. You can get fantasy football and you could get scrapbooking. There's a scrapbooking section. Yeah, there's all kinds of things you can do, and it shows you how to do the crafts. There's pictures that show you. For example, I had one with drawing because I want my grandkids to. I have one, so I want her to. They had some really good ideas just for drawing and painting. Yeah.
So
So
scrapbooking, Amy Camp, who's one of our librarians, she loves scrapbooking.
yeah, so yeah,
She could
it's all
probably
there.
tell you, and you just click on scrapbooking,
Yeah.
and it walks you through all of these different. Origami is amazing. Origami is
Oh
awesome.
yeah, that would. I didn't even see that one.
Yeah.
And then
Paper airplanes probably under
yeah.
origami.
Then let's go one last thing before we go. I'm
Okay.
gonna take you to um, let's go to the database. I think it's on home repair somewhere. Home Improvement Reference Center.
Okay.
There we go.
Bingo. Got it.
Yeah, and I had to use this. Okay. Now, do I want to go with? I go. You know what? Just hit. I think let's just do a keyword search. Toilet.
Okay.
I had to.
If you live in a house long enough, you're going to
You're
need
gonna
to
you're gonna
learn.
be repairing toilets, and you don't want to call a plumber every time.
Not at $200 an hour or whatever it is that
No,
they charge.
no.
Okay, so just toilet.
Yeah,
All right.
toilet clogged and overflowing. Yeah, and what I got installing toilets. That is the one I got. Go ahead
Okay.
and click on PDF full text.
PDF full text. Oh, that's
Yeah. So we're gonna get the actual pictures of how to do a toilet. And there's installing toilets, gives you the tools. And I think one thing that's really good is it's going to
well,
show you, it's going to
mine
take,
didn't look that nice when I did it, but
yeah,
that's what it should look like. That's
yeah.
the after.
And
Choosing a new toilet. Oh yeah, the distance between the actual uh, from the wall to the hole is something that you have to keep in mind when buying a toilet.
yes, yeah, yeah,
There's some 12 and there's some 10, and
yeah.
if you buy a 12 for a 10, you're in trouble. You're gonna have to take it
And there
back.
you go. I've never seen a toilet that has a motorized pump.
Wow, that's interesting.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Toilet.
next level stuff. Mine is old
Yeah,
fashioned.
yeah. And
It's
then
not
I'm gonna.
my toilet's not far removed from when the Romans invented it.
Now this is cool. It gives you everything, and then this is what I learned. I was so far so good. Everything my dad taught me, or everything by watching plumbers, I had this part down. But as you scroll lower, they're going to show you something. There you go. That's
Yeah.
Plumber's putty.
Yeah.
I didn't know about that. Now that I didn't know about, and thank God I did, because it acts as a seal.
Yes.
So yeah, you
it
can
seals out water, but it seals out other things too.
other things, the smell and everything. You want a
Right.
good seal. You don't want sewer gas coming up. So
Heck no.
so there you go. Yeah. And
that's actually a wax ring that sometimes it comes with.
they use a wax ring, but this one is actually a putty that you apply.
Oh, okay.
Plumber's putty. So I learned that, and yeah, all kinds of. There you go.
Yeah, and there's the flange.
Yeah.
I know all about this. I've been through it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's cool. I really enjoyed the. Yeah. So.
There you have it.
There's plenty of databases on there, but it's all a matter of searching and getting on and playing with them. They're free. They're great. Just get on and enjoy. Like Health Source Consumer Center, I think. Health Source. Those are the consumer edition. That's good. We don't have to get into it because it speaks to medicine to us, the layman. It's not. There's some like nursing apps. The nursing one is really good for nurses to nurses. Mm-hmm. It's that's more of a professional source. Nurses mm-hmm. understand it. Health experts understand it. It's not ununderstandable to me but I get a lot more out of the Health Source Consumer Edition.
Because it's written for the lay person like us.
Right. Yeah. Right. So
Very good.
there you go. So
There
if
you
you
have
want
it.
to get on this database, make sure you go to Ask a Librarian. If you don't have the password, go to Ask a Librarian, give us your card number, name, and we'll send you the password.
So we will go to, let me see if I can find it right here under, once again, just to recap, go to the El Paso Public Library, look under research, and then once you're under research, go to online research. It'll pull up this screen here.
Yeah.
And to get the password to get you access to all of these amazing databases, which I don't know how I lived without them. Now that I know what they are, and I don't know
Yeah.
how I ever lived without them. You can go to Ask a Librarian, and what you're going to do is ask them for the password to the TexShare databases, and you're going to include your library card number. Now, you have to
Yeah.
have an EPPL card to get access, and then Dane or one of our other librarians will send you your password to the TextShare databases.
There you go.
Is that it?
That's it.
And
Simple as
how
that.
often do we change that password?
We don't.
We don't.
I
Okay,
think
well,
it's
that's
been
good.
that password for years and years.
Awesome. Well, Lick, hey, we got to do this again. A
Yeah.
lot of great information. You know, we only had an hour's worth of time.
Yeah. Yeah,
but there's just so much more we can do.
Yeah, there's a one thing that people like is career planning. There's a lot of different things you can do on this, and including citizenship, believe it or not. So,
I'm really interested in that heritage, the heritage quest, was it?
Heritage Quest, yeah.
Yeah, to kind of look for our ancestries. I know you have Irish ancestry, and so have I. You're probably more Irish than I am, but yeah, so that'd be interesting to look into.
Right.
Okay, cool. Well, thank you so much, Dane. Great
Okay.
having you with us. We'll see you next time for some more great information on how to access our online information. So we'll
Okay.
talk to you guys later. Have a good one.
Okay. Take care, Jack.